Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, so that being said, this shouldn't take too long considering all they really are, or he, I say they because I'm going to do Morty's right after this, but you know, post them separately. They're wearing clothes, no armor, no special gadgets or anything like that, so it shouldn't be too complicated, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I don't mean to say that oh, this is going to be boring or this is going to be too easy. I'm just trying to say exactly that it's just costumes or, you know, outfits and regular clothes. But that being said, I'm trying to think of words. My words don't work right. I'm trying to think of, you know, something fun to do, but also try to keep it real. So as usual, I'm going to I need to talk about this too. I'm going to keep them real looking. I'm not going to go with animated style. The best I can describe my style is not so much animated as kind of as it is comic book. You know, it's not realistic, it's not abstract, but it's also not recreating what the animated shows or the real people look like. I'm doing it how I do it, hence how I draw. So anyway, the reason I wanted to bring it up and say this is because A, just so you know what you're in for, but also I saw somebody post something about this and I don't know, I kind of have something to say about it. I saw someone getting onto, or you know what, they weren't even getting onto, they were commenting on their own post, so they weren't shaming anybody, but they were commenting about people that I guess are doing exactly what I'm doing, creating it in their own style, and the way they put it, kind of ignoring all the design that was put into, it was for Frozen. Someone did Frozen in a realistic, or did Elsa in a realistic looking style, and they were kind of, you know, bad mouthing, saying, "Hey, you're ruining all the hard work that designers put into it." And I kind of disagree. I get what they're saying, that there are a lot of people that have to spend a lot of time designing these and come up with a certain style, and then that's what they're working with, you know, and that's the reason it looks so good, because a lot of people put a lot of hard work into this, you know. But you know, that again, that's what they're for. They did that and it's been done. So how I draw is kind of, well, we're letting them do that. Now we're doing something else. We're creating what we want to create, and letting Frozen be Frozen, letting, you know, Rick and Morty, their designers be their designers, you know, and we're doing what we want to do. So don't ever let anybody tell you you're you know, not respecting or you're doing it wrong, you know, because A, what's the name of this video? How I draw. This is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and of course we'll meet somewhere in between, but also, you know, you do what you want. This is all about me and you sitting here working on our skills and being able to live in this beautiful world that we live in, and are able to express ourselves in any way we see fit. And that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So, that being said, you draw what you want. Right. Not too bad, not too bad. So this is, pretty much done. I just got to draw the other hand real fast, and I like the way it came out. I'm very happy with it, 100%. So we'll add an arm here real fast, and I'm gonna have it kind of bent up. I think I'm gonna have him holding his what's it called? See, again, that's why I'm not a writer. His portal gun. I couldn't think of it. And see, it's not even like I have to be a writer for that one. It's not like I'm supposed to come up with these unique words. Sometimes my brain just doesn't want to work. It says, you should just be drawing, silly. Just do what you do, and I'll do what I do. All right, so here we go. Let's talk about this, his hand. So I'm going to have him holding a gun, and I like to use this when I use it as an example. So it's going to be kind of at this angle. Remember, you got to put something in. You can't just draw the knuckles completely closed. It's got to be around a handle, a pistol, or a stock is what that is. So just remember that when we're drawing that. Give room for something and don't draw the fingers all the way in there. So that being said, we're going to draw kind of the meat of the hand right there. There's where the thumb would be, and we're going to wrap it over the fingers here. And I'll go more into this whenever I ink it in. But I just wanted to explain to you a little bit why what we're doing. I'm going to draw a finger over a trigger, and then we're just going to draw. God, it kind of looks like a gun. It's not really a gun, right? It's like this box, but the angle that I have it at, it looks like a gun. Oops. Okay, well, you get it. You know what I'm doing. So, okay. All right, I think that'll work. I am pretty happy with where we are. So I'm going to erase, I'm going to erase that mark that I just did with my kneaded eraser. And I'm going to erase some of these thicker lines to keep the sketch in there. So when I come back with the Sharpie, the sketch lines won't stand out. The confidence lines, that's what I like to call them, the confidence lines will stand out. And what I mean by that is, you never want to work with something that's sketchy. You want to work with confidence. And the sketch lines were just that. They were just us building up our confidence until we're ready to go thicker, as we're confident with where the picture is going to go. So I want the Sharpie to stand out, not the sketch. So that's why I'm erasing a lot of this too. So, okay, I think I'm ready to go. I'm going to switch over to Sharpies now. So let's welcome everybody that skipped over to this section. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Thank you for watching any portion of the video. Honestly, don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do a drawing every single day and you can join along and have some fun with me. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point and can find the fine things that the fine point can't find. Booyah! I got it right. So I'm going to start off with the Sharpie pen because I can control the line widths much better. I've sketched the entire thing out. Oops, I got crazy and I threw my pen. I sketched the entire thing out and I've erased the darker lines, so I'm going to work with the finer lines that I have here. So I've already talked about he's going to be looking more real than cartoony, so I'm just kind of giving him my look, okay? So I'm going to start off with the eyes, since it's the tiny detail I can fit in here. I'm going to draw the top of the eyelid first, just to see if I got him level with where I want to go from the way I have the head faced. And remember, this is my style, so this is how I draw. So I'm just going to play around with the look. Okay, so now I'm going to draw some retinas, like the round part. And I made it kind of big, because he does have those big round eyes. So I'm going to fit it like that. Drawing those pupils, and I'm trying to just barely put a little line in there because of the way they have there. So I am kind of honoring their look just a little bit, and gonna bring in a bottom line just a hair. Now I'm not gonna draw the line all the way because the Sharpies will bleed, and this is so tiny that it's kind of pointless to go all the way in, because color will take care of that. That indicates or implies that there's a bottom line, so we don't have to worry about that. So I'm gonna give him some hard features here for the nose. I'm gonna go ahead and just bring it on down, make it kind of bulbous. Bring it in like that. And again, I'm just kind of defining what I think a more realistic Rick would look like. So I'm going to give him a kind of a frowny mouth going all the way across like this. Going to give him those little mouth lines like he has, something like that. And let's see, he does have kind of, let's see if we can do this. He does have kind of, there we go, stress lines, you know, from his face, just for being old, okay? And he does have a unibrow growing across, and because his hair is kind of wild and sticking out, I'm imagining him that he's kind of a long-haired person. So I'm going to draw kind of a fuzzy brow like this and kind of connect it. Not really, but just kind of implying some lines in there like that. So you see what I'm saying? I didn't really connect it all the way, but with enough little lines in there like this, I'm kind of showing that it is kind of connected. Okay, so I'm going to draw his side of his face over here. I'm going to come down, and I'm going to draw his chin. So I'm going to start to thicken this line up just a little bit, because that's going to be the outer edge, and when I bring this Sharpie in, it's going to be super thick. So I'm kind of preparing for the way it's going to look. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring his chin over here, come up to his ear, like that. Again, I'm going to thicken this edge just a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to draw his hair. Now, the way they have his hair, I'm kind of imagining it my own way. Let me do this ear real fast. And imagining it like he's balding, but he still has hair on the side, obviously. Well, not obviously, I'm just saying as a person. So I'm gonna draw some hair like this is where it's gonna be on the side, but here's where the baldness is gonna kick in. And then kind of hair in, okay? And this hair in is kind of like this. You'll see why in a second. Okay, so then there's the balding over here, which is what this line was. And I'll add some of the crazy hair streaks that I was playing around with to give him his Rick Sanchez look. All right, so what I'm trying to do is make a realistic version of his crazy wild hair, basically is what I'm trying to do. I'll give him a little bit of an ear. You can see a little bit over there on that side. Okay, so here what I've done is I've kind of come in here and played with where wild hair would kind of almost still look like the way they've done it, you know? Not 100%, but I'm trying to imagine how to get those points like they did, but with real hair, you know? Okay. All right, and I think I'm gonna stick with it like that. That way it's still, you know, just crazy old hair. And like I said, a little bit representative of what could be done with real hair versus why it looks like that. Okay, now I need to switch over to the big Sharpie because it's time. So that was all the fine detail I wanted to add. Switching over. So, okay, maybe not. Maybe just a few more lines. Just a couple. I gots to. Something like this. Okay, and then we'll let color take care of the rest. Okay, it just felt naked to me. That needed a little something. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna switch over to the big Sharpie now. So again, like I said, it's pretty much just closed. So all we gotta do is draw anatomy over close. So since I've already sketched the entire thing out, I know where I'm going. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw his coat like this, and draw the other side of it, following my sketch like this. And I can draw the collar, kind of coming down like this, and it's kind of out in a little lapel right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it on both sides, so I know I've got them kind of in the same area. Let's see, and we'll bring it in, draw this lapel out, just kind of bring it in like that. Okay, and so now again we're just going to draw the rest of it. So I'm going to draw his shoulder kind of like this, and this one is up, so that's why I have it kind of a little bent and crooked. This one's down, so I can draw it normal. Let's draw the inside of the coat, and then we'll draw the sleeves all crushed and bent right there from his movement. I'm going to draw the side of it here like that. I can't forget to remember the inside of the coats. I always forget that. I'm bad about that. Okay. So since I know where the legs are, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it because I know I'm going to forget. Okay. So since we're here, and let's go ahead and work down this way. So I'm going to draw his belt right about here. Draw the actual belt. Connect it where I forgot. And here I'm going to draw just a few little like lines from where his shirt is tucked in. Nothing too crazy, just something like that, just to indicate that there's something, you know. And so his pants, he's got to, since they all have like these really thin, like stick figure arms and legs, I'm keeping their anatomy super thin. Okay, draw him some little high water pants. And so I'm going to come back up. And all I gotta do is draw to there, since, you know, the coat's right there. Same thing here. And draw like that. I'm gonna give him some creases. Never leave your Sharpie open, kids. I know I'm about to pick that right back up, so that's why I can do that. Okay, I'm gonna give him some creases in his pants. You know, his material is bent and being used, so we're gonna add just a little bit of detail, you know, but just because we can. And again, because it's cloth, that I want to give it a little bit of a look, you know, something, make it come alive. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and just draw the rest of his pants here. And so I'm going to draw his socks into his shoes. We'll do the same thing over here. And this foot's more pointed at you. This one's off to the side, so it's coming down like this. Here's the heel. Again, it's pointed right at you, so you can kind of see it from the front view. So here, we're just going to come down, draw a little bit of a heel, come to the bottom of the foot like that, just kind of come down to the toe like that. Again, I'm going to give it just a few little bumps, just to show you that it's, you know, a shoe, and it's got some creases and folds. We'll give him some sock lines. Okay, again, just to, you know, give us something. All right, so here we go. So now we're just going to draw the arm. I'm going to come down here with the jacket. I'm going to draw some bumps, or I'm going to add some creases. There's his edge right there. Going to come back up, same thing, up to about right there. And again, just add some lines just to make it come alive, you know. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing, you know, just make it your own and understand where the folds should be. Okay, so I'm going to draw his sleeve, because it's got long sleeves, into his hand. This hand is just hanging there, so I'm going to draw his thumb like this, into his fingers. Let's draw the back of the hand so you know where we are. So this finger's down here like this. Then this is hanging out too. And we'll just draw the other ones kind of tucked in behind it. That's all we can really do. Okay? All right. Why am I closing it? I was closing my Sharpie for some reason. I got a whole arm to go. All right, so this one's got a whole bunch more creases because the arm is going to be bent up. So I'm kind of adding a whole bunch of them like this. The back of them is going to be coming down here to the elbow. I'm going to draw the edge of the sleeve like this. Come in. Like that. And again, see how it's all bumpity bumps? Well, I'm going to add that detail because it's all bent up. It's all something like that, you know, just to make it come alive, just to give it some life. Okay, so now I'm going to draw again his long sleeve. We're going to bring the sleeve up like this, put down, and this hand I talked about in the drawing portion that you got to draw around something. So you know, something's going to be there. Don't just put the fingers into the hand like that. You got to draw them around. So we're going to draw the thumb in like this, and it's over those other fingers with an F, not a TH. And so I'll go ahead and draw the handle just so you know where that's going to be. Okay, so the other side of the hand, we're going to draw the little meat of the hand right there. Come on this side, pinky's going around, it's barely over like that. The other finger's over like this, and this one kind of tucked under the thumb, but see how it's over this? Okay, so we're going to draw, is there a trigger? Hold on, let me try to find a picture real fast. There's got to be a trigger, right? It's a portal gun. Sure, why not? Let's draw a trigger. So the finger's going to be in there, trigger's going to be underneath, like that. So now I'm going to draw the edges of the gun, and it's kind of a big square. And then we'll do this here. We'll do this. Let's add some tiny feature details. So we're going to come in here and add this part like that. And I wanted to do it with a thinner Sharpie just to accent what it is. Okay, so same thing, I'm going to accent this edge like that. And let's see, connect anything that's not connecting. Add some creases for the hands, just a little bit. Do like that, just so you see where the edges are. Okay, and you know what? I say that's good. I say we take care of the rest with color. Add one more little thing like that. All right, so that is Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.